sports and entertainment, please hit the like button. Make sure you sub to the channel if you're not a member. Be sure to hit them notifications so that you're able to get all of my content and all of my videos. And salute, as always, to the Lions Den basketball as well as boxing community. And salute to all of the people that rock with me, day ones as well as the new subs. We do got a lot to discuss this morning. Um, a lot of things took place last night. Football, basketball, uh, politics, you name it, it all happened. And definitely here to cook on it, you know. Brother Ted, I see you in the building, man. You know Ted was going to show up. But see, man, you got to show up with not only the wins, man, you got to show up with the losses too, you know. Um, you're doing a little better, man, in terms of being able to take a L, like when you took a L with Green Bay. But I'll give you some credit on this one. You know, I knew you was going to show up today if Ohio State won. Now, if they lost, I don't think you would have showed up. Me myself personally. Matter of fact, I think we would have been looking for you, or the next time we saw you, uh, you probably would have made an excuse and said, hey, I had something to do, Taco Tuesday, or some silly shit like that. But nevertheless, man, you still showed up, man, and I'm really proud of you, for showing up. You are gonna show up during a win. You know what I'm saying? Now, I want to see if you're gonna show up, man, when the Dallas Mavericks don't make the finals. Okay, when OKC comes out of the West. What's up, Zach? And I want to see if you're gonna show up when OKC does the unthinkable, and makes the final. Matter of fact, I want to see if y'all are going to show up when Jaden Daniels is going to show up. I mean, if when Jaden Daniels makes the Super Bowl, if you're going to show up here, because there's many people that have doubted Jaden Daniels, said that he's not going to do it. Well, we're not going. What's up, Dogs for Life? I see you in here. We know you're going to show up, Zach. But I get a little concerned, about Ted, because you got to keep it consistent. You can't say, "Oh yeah, I predict this and this is gonna happen," and straight, "I told you," and all this other stuff, and then when you take a L, you don't show up. I mean, that's not how we rock here in the LDBC, man. Carter, what's up with it, man? I see you in here, man. Sorry about that. Carter, what's up with it, man? I see you in here, man. Sorry about that. So salute to the Ohio State Buckeyes. I did choose the Ohio State Buckeyes to win the national championship. Um, I did choose them to win the national championship. Um, it was Howard. He played a real good game. Just a little shaky in the first half or whatnot. It looked as if though Notre Dame was going to come out pushing, clicking on all cylinders and stuff, but the Ohio State Buckeyes, they did prevail. Uh, Quish, um, Quishon, Quishon Jackson, he's automatically an NFL. This guy's going to be an NFL star. Leonard, for as well as he played, he didn't throw. Neither one of the quarterbacks threw any interceptions, which was quite impressive. Now, but they just couldn't sustain it. But Notre Dame, I like the fact that they fought and they continue to fight. Like Notre Dame in the past, they've been known. I forget which game it was a long time ago when they made it. They've been known to get up there and then they end up getting beat, and then next thing you know, they just let the game go and stuff. Well, that didn't happen this time. 34-23. That's really not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. You said Ryan Day saved the job. Listen, man. Listen, I knew Ohio State after Oregon was out, Ted. I knew Ohio State was going to win it, and Ohio State had been battle tested. Yeah, they had some talent on the field. They definitely had some talent on the field. Do I see any of them being in the NFL? Yeah, Jackson. I don't think that. I mean, Howard. It's kind of tricky, man. I could see Howard being good in the NFL, but I think it'll take him some time. I see him more as a system quarterback. If you surround Howard with pieces, then he'll prevail, like in terms of thriving in a system or whatnot. But I don't see him being just like a one man wrecking crew. Like he's not gonna be a Jaden Daniels, Pat Mahomes, or Lamar Jackson or anything like that. So I just wanted to get that championship out of the way. Salute to the Ohio State. I think Barry Sanders was Barry Sanders there. They had everybody in the house. Who was that? Chris Carter. I think Chris Carter was up in the house. So salute to the Ohio State. I got a lot of love, man. Ted, you might not think, man. I got a lot of love for Ohio State, man. That year when I'm talking about basketball now, when it was him and Greg Oden, Mike Conley Jr., Greg Oden, uh, and what's his name? I forget that dude's name. He used to play for the Celtics, and then y'all had two. He went to the league, but he just didn't pan out. Man, I was rooting for y'all, man. DeJuan Cook. Nah, not well. Yeah, you had DeJuan Cook, but now it was another guy, man. I always forget his name. He made it to the league for a little bit, man. Matter of fact, he played for the Celtics. Start with a T. I always forget his name. I think he ended up. I don't know where he is now. I don't even know if he's in the league anymore. Nah, not singular. Yeah, singular. Nah, him. Yeah, he made it. He made it to the league for a little bit, but then, he ended up, I guess, doing something else or whatever. But nah, it's another guy, man. You know who I'm talking about, Ted. It's right at the tip of my tongue. Uh, Man, what is that dude name? He played for the Celtics though, and he lost weight too. He ended up he had like a little he lost a little bit of weight when he got to the league too. But now he was Evan Turner. There you go, Evan Turner. That was his name. Yeah, I used to like Evan Turner's game or whatever. he was working on his weight and stuff like that. Matter of fact, him and Singler was kind of working on their weight a little bit, man. But nah, I used to like them. I was rooting for them. They had a squad, man. It was him, Mike Conley Jr., Greg Oden. I like that squad, man. I like that squad. But man, shout out to Ohio State. And then I was a Maurice Claret fan because anybody that I thought had an ounce of being close to Barry, of course, you had Ezekiel Elliott. But I'm gonna be real with you. I think that Maurice Claret was, if anybody had a chance of being better than Barry Sanders, the only other person that I felt like could have been better than Barry Sanders, and I don't say that often, was goddamn Maurice Claret. I mean, Bo Jackson, of course, you know what I'm saying, but Maurice Claret, bro, he was, man, bro, I wish he would have never, man, fell off, man. Yeah, they did. But yeah, Maurice Claret, man, that was a sad situation that took place with him. Dog, man, and they tried to, he wanted to come out as a freshman. I felt like if anybody could have came out as a freshman, the way that he was dominating, I wish they would have, put some leniency on the rules to do that shit. Because that's what LeBron and him, they were actually all talking about that at that time. Because LeBron was trying to come out of high school as a junior, come out of school as out of Ohio State as a freshman. Yeah, but Maurice, listen, I like Adrian Peterson, man. Shout out to AP too, man. With what he's going through and stuff. The media is gonna try to do everything they can to try to destroy Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson's a good dude, man. They talk all this shit about all these guys, man. They don't know what's going on with these guys' personal life, man. But Maurice Claret was way better than Adrian Peterson. I'm sorry. I know y'all gonna trip out when I say that shit. Maurice Claret, like, if there's a running back that I feel like was a total package, because Maurice Claret could catch too. Now, he wasn't Gurley and he wasn't Le'Veon Bell and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't need to be. He was so creative. He was so damn creative, man. I mean, okay, he was all that wrapped into one. He was Barry, Jackson. He was Derrick Henry. Wrapped into one, man. Like, he could make you miss. He could pull you down. He could get physical. He could spin off of you. Goal line, not touching him. Red zone, you're not fucking with him. Out in the open field, you ain't fucking with him. He'll Chris Berman your ass. Whoop! Nigga, he will Chris Berman your motherfucking ass. Whoop! You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, dog, Maurice Claret was that dude. I wanted him to make it, man. And man, when he got caught up, with that gun charge and all that other shit, man, I ain't gonna lie, Ted, I was mad as hell, man. I was mad as hell. I was like, man, what are you doing, bro? I felt like I knew him. like I was his brother, his kinfolk or something. Nah, Zach, I'm telling you, did you ever watch Maurice Claret? I'm telling you, bro, like, I used to love his highlights. Like, he was a running dog, man. Sweetness, all that. And I don't say that about a lot of people. Man. If Maurice Claret would have kept at the pace that he was going with no injuries, he'd have been phenomenal, man. Yeah, but that man, now he showed up at the combine running a, man, he ran like a, what did he run, like a 4.5 or something, a 4.6? Man, I was so disappointed. This is a guy that was known for, I think he ran like a 4.3 or something like that. His 40 time, man, had dropped, man. It was so sad, man. Yeah, like a 4.7, man. I was like, man, what the hell? That's one of the most, like, if people want to talk about a bust, now that right there, I don't often call guys this because, I played and everything, man, but yeah, man, I hated that. I hated that. And Ted, I worked out with three running backs. I worked out with a running back that actually went to the NFL, man. Their workouts are extreme. Listen, if y'all have kids or if you want to get into shape, like I'm talking about shape, like you trying to bust through a high school reunion, or you trying to go back, or and show people how you like me now, shit like that. Go work out in the off season with football players. It, hey Ted, it was mandatory, and Zach, it was mandatory that we worked out with the football players in the summertime. In the summertime, we went to the gym, but right after that, I'm talking about hooping and stuff. But right after that, hey, coaches was on our ass. They didn't give a fuck if we played basketball or not. Like, and if they found out that you didn't work out with the football players in the off season, nigga, your ass was running. Yeah, man, because you got to think about it. See, in football, man, you're working on a lot on twitch, explosiveness, like super fast quickness and stuff like that. And it translates, their conditioning is on a whole nother level. Like, everybody's like, oh yeah, man, gastrics is nothing. I don't know if y'all know what gastrics are, but gastrics is when you run the length of horizontal, sideline to sideline. And I think we had to do, one summer we had to do 100 of them. It was 100 of them. We had to do 100 of them 3 times a week. And what you do is you start off to the field, bam, you run, bam, you run, bam, you run. That's your set of 10. Wasn't no like, okay, that's it. Nah, you got water. You got a big old water tank out there if you need water or whatever. And you get right back to the workout. You get a minute and 30 rest. That's it, at the most. Right back to it until you reach 100. Yeah, wall sits with a medicine ball. Man, I'm telling you, man. Like that's how I learned how to in football. I learned how to do a lot of lifting. For those of y'all that don't know, football, I learned how to do all the lifts and stuff like that. I was doing them incorrectly. I had guys in there that was telling me, hey, you got to lift like this. And I remember I tried to deadlift, man, when I was in basketball, because I played football 1 year, and I pulled the weight. I actually, when I was a sophomore, I pulled the weight off of the ground. I pulled 2 45s off of that bitch, you know what I'm saying? And I was light. And coach was yelling at me. He's like, you are going to tear your motherfucking back off. Or he said, you are going to tear your motherfucking back up trying to lift off that weight like that. Get in proper position. And he got up in there, man, and this was a coach. He was already kind of bigger than me. And he did it right, and that's how I did it, man. They were Man, football was like the goddamn military, man. They up in there spitting in your face. Hey, your ass better not jump off sides, man, because I played defense and shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. I jumped off side. Man, hey, I'm telling you, bro, all of them guys, man, man, they got in my face. All of them, man. You know what I'm saying? And I think I'm like the third shortest one. All of these guys like 6'5", 6'4", 6'6". They're like, man, what the fuck is you doing, man? You can't be jumping off sides and stuff like that, man. And I did it like again. Man, I had to run for the rest of the practice, man, around the field. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, football was no joke, bro. That's why I give every guy props that play football. That's why Shady Mccoy, talking about Shady Mccoy and Lamar Jackson and shit. Oh yeah, wrestling. Oh yeah, Ted, wrestling. Yeah, yeah. Hey, wrestling and soccer. Oh my God. Hey, Ted, you are not lying. Okay, this was at the end of school, man. Cause I don't know if y'all did this, Ted. I found this out too. A lot of the soccer players, they worked out with the wrestlers. Cause they got similar workouts or some shit like that. I don't know how true that is, but okay. I walked in and there's a long hallway in my school at the end of school or whatever. Man, I heard a whole lot of yelling and guys up in there. I was like, what is this noise? Me and my partners or whatever, man. I think we had came from the gym or doing some shit after school. Man, these guys were on like their hands and knees, right? And what they were doing, these guys were walking on their back. Like the players, like one player would get up and they would all be in a line and they would have to face the wall and all of them would walk on their back, man. Have y'all heard of some shit like that? Like, and my mouth dropped. I'm like, what the fuck is these motherfuckers doing? Like, they were literally walking on their backs and stuff as a workout. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And they were like, yeah, that's well, he plays, he does wrestling and he does soccer and stuff like that. I'm like, God damn. Yeah, man, so shit, I just had to wrestle. I learned to wrestle in the hood. I wasn't doing that, but I got a rude awakening, man, one time because this dude, man, he went to state in wrestling or whatever. But this motherfucker could fight too, though. You know what I'm saying? They tried to fuck with him when he would, come out and stuff like that. He would always try to avoid confrontation and stuff, man. And it was a dude, man, that was very feared in the hood and shit, man. And this dude he was already a grown man. Dude was, a sophomore in high school? Man, he took him down like it was nothing. And dude was on swole, the grown dude. He was like, at that time, I think he was 19 or 20. Man, he tried to wrestle that dude or whatever. Man, he took him down. He embarrassed him. I forgot what college. I think he ended up. I forget what college he ended up going. I think he ended up going to Vanderbilt or some shit like that. But nah, wrestlers got really good conditioning. So do soccer. But Shady Mccoy, man, he defended Lamar Jackson. I want to give a shout out to LaShawn McCoy. I like LaShawn McCoy. He's on 10 right now. He wants them Eagles to win. He's an Eagle for life. You know, he's in the Eagles Hall of Fame or whatever. But LaShawn McCoy defended Lamar Jackson. And this was on the facility, and I like what Lamar Jackson. I mean, LaShawn McCoy had to say about Lamar Jackson, and he was basically saying that you start off slow in the first half. There's a lot of people that are saying that it's Lamar Jackson's fault because he had the fumbles and the turnovers and stuff like that, and he came on a little bit too late or whatever. But you can't just put it all on Lamar Jackson. See, the media is going to do everything that they can to try to wiggle their way to finding a way that they can blame Lamar Jackson. But the bulk of the blame goes on Andrews, Mark Andrews. But you lose as a team. I do like the fact that Michael Irvin he stuck up for Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying, because it's football and they understand. You don't understand that game until you've really been out there. It's easy for us to sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, you should have caught that ball," or "You had oil on your hands" and stuff like that. But there's some people actually that couldn't make a catch like that. You know what I'm saying? Now there's a lot of people that's gonna sit up here and say, "Oh, I would have made that catch." Average Joe that ain't never stepped on the football field and stuff like that. But that's what comes with the game. That's what comes with the game, man. You're gonna miss shots on the basketball court. Some throws you're not gonna make. Like Lamar Jackson, man, I thought there was that one pass he had, man, where he overthrew it. I felt like he could have. I mean, because Lamar Jackson do got a cannon though, but I can the media is really trying to get on Lamar Jackson right now, and I'm here to defend him too, man. I'm here to tell you that his anger is understood. Okay. People gonna sit up there and say, "Oh, well, he's cursing during the interview, stuff like that." Man, come on, man. Like, we could pull up your favorite athlete. You're gonna find them using profanity. Chris Carter wanted to punch Gary Anderson after the NFC championship loss. He did. You talking about back in the days? Yeah, Chris Carter, man, was on. Yeah, you talking about back in the days? Yeah, I mean, it's like that, man. What was it? Oh, I'll give you a story. Okay, so we started off the game good, right? This is when I was playing, and I was doing my thing in the first half. I had a real good block because I was playing in this league. One of my guys, man, we actually worked out together and stuff like that. We had to play against each other. We were like the headliners on our team. So I was getting him in the first half. You know what I'm saying? I was killing him. You know what I'm saying? Even I pinned his shit real good to the glass and stuff when he tried to dunk on me and shit. So the second half came, and I had a chance to actually either tie the game or beat him, and I chose to go in because that was going to end up tying the game or whatever. Man, he came from behind, y'all. He came from behind, Ted. Man, and we're talking about a guy, man, that had he was 6'3". He was like 6'3", 6'4", from LA, man, and he came out of nowhere, man, and pimped my shit to the glass. He had a 45-inch vertical. That's how high he jumped. Me, I had like what I think I had like a 41. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't dunk on a regular like that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't dunk on a regular. Every now and then, I thought really if you dunked all the time, it was like, what else could you do? But man, he came, man, he pimped my shit to the glass, and everybody was like, oh, and I fell, but he did foul me, but you know they gave him seniority rights and stuff, man, and we ended up losing the game or whatever. But you know everybody was on me. They were like, man, you should have got that layup, and da da da. You should have drew the foul. Da, da, da. You know, I just took it for the team, but it happens like that, man. It happens like that, man. You're gonna miss shots, and then your teammates are gonna be angry at you. But eventually, your teammates are gonna come back around or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna try to bring it up and stuff. But your teammates are like family. The fans, they could give a fuck less about you. Especially if you got a fan that lost a lot of money, they'll never forgive you. They'll never forgive you, man. You know, so Mark Andrews, what he going through right now, man, he just gonna have to experience it, man. I mean, he fumbled the ball earlier that game too. We was all talking about it on Scrub Zero's uh, on his channel, on Scrub Zero and Jose's channel, man. And they were complaining about him earlier that game or whatever, you know. So it was kind of expected a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Not quite like that, but he still made it kind of predictable. But I felt like they should have ran though. Like that's just me personally. Derrick Henry, although he wasn't the Derrick Henry. He had the one touchdown and 86 yards. They still should have ran the ball though. That's just me or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and he's big enough and strong enough to just go ahead and get in that end zone, and it would have put them in position to possibly winning the game because you still had to go out there and it would have been another few minutes to play, and then it was going to come down to most likely a field goal. But yeah, it happens, man. But I give props to Shady McCoy. There's some things I don't agree with that LaShawn McCoy he says or whatever, but he was definitely on point with his analysis on this. And am I going to talk about the whole Elon Musk, him doing that salute, that Hitler salute, and all that other shit? I'm not going to talk about it here. I'm going to talk about it a little bit in another video and stuff like that. But am I surprised that he did that? No, I'm not. I'm not surprised that he did that. I just want to let some people know that. I will talk about it though. We are going to cook on it, but I am going to cook on right now all of the executive orders that Trump has signed. How do y'all feel about it, man? Of course, today, the immigration raids are, going to take place. He, he signed an executive order for birthright citizenship. 14th Amendment, male and female. No, 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 no. Not that's not 14. I'm saying male and female. That's separate. Sorry about that. 14th Amendment is for the birthright citizenship. That's what he wants to end. He's ending the mandate for the electric cars, um, saying that you have to have an electric car by such and such year. He's completely shut down the border. Um, what's up, Goldilocks? How you doing? Make sure y'all go sub to Goldilocks, the beautiful queen in the building. Goldilocks, hope you're doing all right this morning. You know my rule. All right, I need some French toast on deck. I need some grits on deck. Big old cup of coffee. You know what I'm saying? Lots of butter, lots of syrup. If you ain't got that, if you're not serving that, you know what I'm saying? In a sexy little apron, please don't come in here. Okay? Please. I need some breakfast on deck, Goldie. But anyways, man, shout out to Goldie though. But I mean, he's signing all of this stuff now. Of course, he did the male and female. I mean, that right there, the transgender. I don't like all the, that in sports. I'm gonna be real with you. Transformers in sports and stuff like that. I don't like that because you're actually you're gaining a competitive advantage when you do that. But like I said, I stand on what I said about immigration. I don't have a problem with anybody. The illegals. They don't. But half of the time, man. See, this is what you got to realize, especially over here, because we're pretty much at the forefront. Us, California, Arizona, New Mexico. Uh, we're all at the forefront of what really goes on over here. 9 times out of 10, man, when the guys come over here, man, that are illegals, they just want to work their ass off. Okay, they want to party their ass off and drink, smoke their little weed, and mind their own goddamn business. Especially the men. Yeah, man. I mean, it's for real. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Look, I don't want to see. Look, if you a woman, look, be a woman and compete. If you're a man, be a man and compete. You know what I'm saying? Just be a man and compete. But like I said, man, they not bothering nobody. And me and Cypress were talking yesterday, man, and he brought up a good point, man. He said, if you take away the illegals and the immigration and stuff, and I talked to somebody else too that said that they both said the same thing. You take away the illegals, you take away, immigration. You're taking pretty much a large percentage of the economy and what's thriving. You know what I'm saying? You're taking away guys here that can do the job 10 times better than the average citizen here that we complain about. A lot of these guys right here, and they're not gonna get up at no 3 in the morning. They're not gonna get out here and work in the cold. A lot of these guys ain't gonna work fast food. We got a lot of pride. You ask the average nigga right now, man. Like, you go. Let's say you go to your urban area, you go to the hood or something like that. Be like, hey man, come on and work at McDonald's. Man, they'll look at your ass and laugh. Don't nobody. They don't want to work at no McDonald's, Whataburger, no shit like that. You know why? Because they look down on jobs like that. Well, man, I could get the bag. I could get the bag doing this, man. I don't have to get all dirty and stuff like that. Man, they'll call one of them Hispanics in a heartbeat. And then guess what? They do the smart thing. They'll work. They might be a janitor, some stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Eventually move up, stuff like that. Next thing you know, he a manager. He franchising. And that's the thing. They franchising. Yeah, when you go fill out the application, it ain't 9 times out of 10. It ain't white, black no more. No, it's a Hispanic dude walking out of there, or a Hispanic woman. They're coming in. They're getting the warehouses. They're unloading, loading. They're doing logistics stuff like that. That you don't realize that you're taking. And a lot of these guys, unfortunately, some of these people are not legal. But my thing is this: I'm like, they're not really bothering nobody. But there might be, a few here and there that are causing terrorism. Man, what do you say? Over here we got terrorism, but we still got terrorists here living. What's wrong with the world now? Nah, but yeah, man, he really trying to get things done in 4 years, man. It's a lot of people agree with some of the stuff he doing, and a lot of people don't agree with the stuff that he doing. But the main thing is, man, is that I always say, man, you got to be self sufficient, and self reliant, man. Don't rely on Trump and say, oh yeah, he's not doing this for me and stuff like that. Nah, rely on yourself. Rely on yourself, man. Because if something happens to you, you're gonna you're gonna sit around and you're gonna be trying to point the finger. Oh yeah, well, man, I didn't have enough money for this or whatever, man. If it was Trump stuff, nah, that was on you. You still got to pay rent on the first, man. You still got to pay your bills, your electricity, water, gas. You know what I'm saying? Mortgages. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and the third. Education. Still got to take care of your kids. Then another thing is he's working on, the taxes in terms of child support. Mothers can't, the whole child support tax thing that he did, man. He's trying to work on that. And that right there is going to be a real big game changer because, like I was saying yesterday, it's going to be a lot of mothers out here, a lot of single mothers out here that's trying to get over and stuff like that. I'm not talking about the hard workers. It's a lot of single mothers out here that's actually working their ass off, doing everything they can to be dedicated. They're hard workers. They go to work. They they pay their taxes. They do everything legal and do it the right way. But because they ran into one of them fuck niggas, you know what I'm saying, that don't want to support them or whatever, they shit out of luck or whatever. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the ones that just want to go ahead and try to get over and stuff. Those are the ones that I'm talking about. So a lot of feelings, a lot of feelings are up in the air concerning Trump. Um, Me myself, like I said, man, I've always been self sufficient and self reliant, not to depend on, especially politicians. You know, it don't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. What's up, Darrell? I see you in here, man. You know. We over here talking about Trump now. But I'm about to start talking about the Pistons. The Pistons beat the Rockets yesterday. For those of y'all that don't think that the Pistons are legit, what are you doing? I want to give a shout out to Who is Hendo. Okay, definitely go sub to Who is Hendo. Um, and shout out to myself, and also shout out to Cypress TV too, because we've been the only ones. Me, him, and Hendo have been the only ones that have been talking about the Detroit Pistons. Unless, I also Casino for Life. You said Paper Route Trump. Man, that's the new name for him. Shit. A lot of people, man, they got mixed feelings about what's about to take place. Like I said, man, you got to think about the big percentage that voted for Trump too. The real, you know, a big percentage of them voted for Trump. The Hispanics, the Hispanic and the black males. But to get back to the Pistons, they beat the H Town Rockets, man. They came in there. Like I said, you have to play the Pistons tough, man. The Pistons are not to be played with this year. They want to sit there and treat the Pistons like they were the Pistons, that was going through that little stretch where, like, last year. They want to treat them like that. No. JB Bickerstaff, man, has really turned his team around. And it was a chess match yesterday between him and Ime Udoka. I could see the Pistons really shocking the world, sort of like, what the Washington Commanders did in football. I could see them doing some shit like that. I really could, you know. And now, they really going to be playing off of emotion because of, they took the L. You say, yeah, they balling. K card, making a name for himself. Man, he's always had a name. Kay Cunningham has been good. Kay Cunningham has always played at an all-star level. It's just that you're just now starting to see it. People are just now starting to talk about it. And I like that. I like the fact that, they didn't talk about him. It's just like for instance, right? Let's say you got a female, the real, right? And she be the one that's loud and always, you know what I'm saying, in people's face or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and she always, showing off her body, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that, and always bringing a lot of attention to herself. Everybody knows her, stuff like that or whatever. Yeah, she might be popular and everything, but then she gonna be popular for the wrong reason, right? You know what I'm saying? She gonna be popular for the wrong reason. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody or whatever, you know? But then you got the other female who they really, they'll say, oh yeah, that's just such and such, you know what I'm saying? They're not giving it attention, the hoish attention, like the other one. But you have the one that's has standards for herself. You know what I'm saying? She's relatively quiet, you know what I'm saying? She stays low key, but she's more successful. She getting whatever, accomplishments that she gets or whatever. And then she ends up getting the bag. And then guess what? Then everybody starts saying, okay, well, we should have been paying attention to her because now she's a CEO of the Fortune 500 company. No, she's the boss where you got to go over there and you got to apply for a job, or she's the plug in order for you to get to where you need to get to, or move up, or this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Where you look at that other one, where is she at now? You know what I'm saying? So that's how it kind of is. Stephen Green, what's up with it? Cunningham saw the highlights, Polo, I believe. Yeah, I mean, look, I told you. I told people, man. I don't know why y'all are just looking at him now. Well, I know why. I blame that on the mainstream media because y'all are so see y'all are so used to talking about one goddamn man. Y'all want to talk about LeBron 24/7, 365. Y'all want to talk about the Lakers 24/7, 365. Nah, you got other teams out here. You got other players that's really been balling, that's really been hooping. Now everybody's shocked. They shocked to see SGA balling the way he's balling. They shocked to see Cade Cunningham balling. They shocked to see the SGA playing at an MVP level. You know what I'm saying? Some of these guys on the Cavs are doing what they do. You know, they shocked to see Jalen Green getting up there dunking, on pretty much everybody who stands in their way. It's because y'all aren't marketing other people. Banchero been balling. The Magic been balling. I've been talking about them last year. See, I guess y'all really don't be paying attention. I pay attention to everything that y'all say in the chat. And when I talked about the Magic, no, I had guys up in here saying, "Oh man, the Magic, oh you capping, they trash and all this other stuff." Anytime you bring up, if you're not bringing up the Lakers or the Celtics or anything else, people look at you like you crazy. I was the only one that was talking about I talked about the Magic last season. I was talking about the Pacers. I'm talking about some of these other teams outside of the other one. And I talked about OKC too. There was only one other person that was really talking about SGA last season, or two people, and that was Ticket, myself, and Two Raw. Ticket was talking about SGA the whole time. We even had like a slight back and forth because I said, okay, now let's put Tatum in there, and he basically said, nah, Tatum gonna fold, and on top of that, he playing with an all star. He playing with a whole damn near an all star team or whatever. Or he said damn near a super team when he was talking about the Celtics or whatever. He said, nah, SGA is that guy, and after a while, I said, nah, SGA should have got the MVP last year. Shoot, it's y'all fault too. I'm not talking about you in particular, the real. I'm talking about people on here on this internet. If you don't talk about LeBron, man, people get depressed. They get mad. They go in the corner, cry in the fetal position with their thumb in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's like they gotta talk about him. They gotta. It's like they have to say. I don't need to talk about that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we've talked about him long enough, man. Now they want to go back, way back into time when it comes to him. About him playing against, that whole shit with him and Jordan playing and shit like that, just to try to get some sort of one up on Jordan and stuff like that. Man, look, bro. First off, that was a pickup game. Second off, man, you playing with niggas twice your age. Third off, them niggas probably have been playing like 7, 8 games in a row. That's like me going back in the days, and I'm fucking 15 years old, 16 years old. I'm playing at a varsity level. I got fresh ass legs. You hear me? And you got pros in there that's used to playing 82 games a season. They done had injuries, surgeries, and all this other stuff. But they done played 8, 9, 10 games in a row. They done won already. They shirts is wet, and I'm coming out there and I'm blowing past you and stuff like that. Well, I'm supposed to do that shit because I got all this energy and stuff like that, and I'm playing one game. Of course, people, that ain't nothing to celebrate. Try doing that shit when you see what's going on with them now. You said Coleman Hawkins from Kansas stays a future big man. He might be. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, man. SGA He's been doing it. Nobody's really been talking about SGA like that. It's either been LeBron or they want to talk about they want to talk about Luca or they want to talk about these other teams. And, they it's like now they really don't want to give SGA its credit at all. But I like that, and people do that shit on here too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just human society, man. Um, if popularity, like they'll cling on to somebody and stuff like that. But yeah, yeah, that's my nigga, da 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 da, and all this other stuff. But really, you find out, man, there's really nothing special about that nigga. You know what I'm saying? LeBron, the best player, the best player. That's what people talk about. That's why people talk. He's not the best player. He's not the best player, man. He's probably popular, but he's not the best player, man. He's not. I mean, they're gonna do everything they can to try to market with him, but you can't market around him. And pretty much the market value is with the OKC. You've seen the ratings. The ratings are starting to actually take a shift a little bit. People are starting to actually enjoy the game. They they like the games when they see a Detroit Pistons and a Houston Rockets game, or they like to see a Memphis game and a Spurs game. You know why? Because they thought it was intriguing to see a motherfucker Ja Morant being 6'2", uh, dunking on Wemby, or seeing some of these other guys play, or the Cavs and OKC possible finals matchup. These guys going back and forth. You saw what happened with the Clippers and the Lakers. I mean, they was up like 90 something to like 60 something or something like that. Don't nobody want to see that shit, man. Don't nobody want to see that shit. Nobody wants to see that shit, man. And if you want to see that shit, you don't know basketball. I want to see two teams going at it. I want to see the matchups. Even if Donovan Mitchell is not having a great game against SGA or whatever, the fact that his other teammates are having a good game and they're making it competitive, that makes sense. And I talked about the Sixers enough yesterday, man. I'm not even gonna talk about them. We're on a game skid. It's just horrible for us right now. Hold on one sec, y'all. Yeah, nobody wants to see that, man. What's up, Brown Sugar? The beautiful, the bodacious, the scrumptious. All of that. Walking like a model. Brown sugar be walking in there and she be like, yes, this is what it is, nigga. How you feeling this morning, boo? Okay. I'm glad you're doing good. Is it cold out there? Is it snowing out there, DMV? Is it snowing out there? Okay. What's the degree? I know it's 22 over here. I know you buried under them covers. When it's cold outside. Woo woo. 13. What's it gonna be tonight? Man, 13. Whoo. Oh man. What you over there making some hot chocolate, baby? Give me some hot chocolate with some marshmallows. It's like it's a soup day, man. It's I'm going. Oh man, come on, man, girl, you better get your ass up under them covers. Get your ass up under them covers, man. That's where I'm with you, man. I gotta be out there too. Unfortunately. Yeah, man. Nah, I want everybody to stay warm out here, man. I don't know, man. I look, see, this is the thing. I thought we was headed to spring, man. I thought we was headed to two pieces. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were. I thought that's where we were going with it. But unfortunately, another cold front had came in. See, somebody had told me. This is what they had told me. They were like, "Yeah, man, you better watch out, man. It's finna be cold again and stuff like that." I'm like, "Yeah, right." You know what I'm saying? I'm up in here doubting them. Man, that motherfucker was not lying. I looked at the forecast. I'm like, what the hell? And then out in Houston, it's supposed to be snowing. So yeah, I want everybody, man, just stay warm, man. Stay bundled up. Do all of that, man. Do all of that. What are y'all gonna eat? Like I said, I'm doing nothing but soup, man. Anything that's warm and hot, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything. As much as I love salad, I'm not doing no salad. I'll do some warm vegetables and all that other stuff, man. But Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna just do soup, do that sort of thing. Hold on one second, y'all. And brown sugar, I never got your thoughts on what you think about all the executive orders that Trump is doing. What you think about it? You probably in support of them. Hold on 1 minute. Well, let me go ahead and get up out of here. Uh, Make sure y'all like the video, share it, subscribe, hit them notifications. Shouts out to the whole entire Lions Den basketball boxing community, and salute to all the people that rock with me. We're straight to the point, sports and entertainment. I'm gonna get at y'all later.